screen is recording. Now you are recording. All systems are systems.
I feel like all the systems were systems before.
Maybe, but I know...
They are inherently systems.
But I think that they're definitely not a go. People always say that. They're like, systems are a go. And I'm like, maybe they're not. Maybe they're just systems.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, thank you. I needed that. I needed that confirmation and affirmation in my life. And what a wonderful way to start up this episode. Hey, Nikki.
Hey, Brandon.
We're back with Arcade Spirits and our wonderful, wonderful character, Demi Cornell. Nailed it.
Yes.
God,
Demi Cornell.
All right, we got the computer back up and running. That'll never happen again. The crash, that is.
Yes.
All right. Believe this is you. So whenever you're ready.
Yes, but we already read this one.
Oh, my bad. Did we read kindly?
It was this one, not it crashed on. Yeah. Kindly responses are compassionate and empathetic and gentle in nature. They're careful with the feelings of others, but they're sometimes a bit wishy-washy as a result. Gutsy responses go with your gut. When you're brash, bold, risk-taking, and instinctive, you're gutsy. But it also means being blunt, confrontational, and aggressive, so be careful. Lastly, you can always take a basically option. It's a balanced and neutral response, safely moving the conversation along while learning more and digging deeper. Over time, I'll build up a personality profile for you based on the identity identifiers detected in your speech. Maybe you'll be predominantly quirky, genuinely steady, a mix of both. Who knows? It's up to you.
So what you're saying is I should always try to crack jokes or be super gutsy? Oh, and never speak basically? I mean, being basic's bad, right? It sounds bad.
Heck no. They're all useful in the right context. There are no bad choices. Consider what you could say and go with what feels right in the moment. Don't limit yourself. Sure, you could gamify your personality, but it's more fun to let it happen naturally, you know? Just be you. Sorry. Now, let's see my patent-pending identity identifier system in action. How do you feel about dad jokes?
Oh, I mean, hi jokes on dad, right?
Right.
Gotta be.
I'm so sorry.
No, you good? You want to pause for a second?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Seriously? Seriously?
Hey, I never said I was good at dad jokes. Just that I could go for them.
So now that you've seen the identity indicators in action, do you want to see the indicators like that so you can make an informed decision? If not, I can hide the indicators. Keep it a surprise. That way it doesn't influence your decision making. It's up to you.
I feel like I want to keep those in mind.
All right, yes. Okay, you'll see indicators in all their glorious color.
What if I'm colorblind?
That's why they're also uniquely shaped icons. Don't worry, I got your back. Anyway, as we go along, I'll analyze and tally your identity identifiers. In fact, let me show you now. Will ya look at that? Such a strong personality.
You asked me a single question.
Off to a great start, I'd say.
And, hang on, you're scoring me? Didn't you say not to gamify my personality?
Hey, I said you shouldn't. I'm an app. I think in numbers, so I gotta gamify it a little. Anyway, studies show that achievements, or chivos as the kids say, encourage app engagement.
Okay, well, what's with the empty space on the left?
Oh, I always track vocal responses from people you meet. Once you get to know some folks, I'll let you know how well you're getting along with them over there.
Relationship scores. Wonderful. So, will you also tell me what the correct responses are to avoid making enemies? Or do I need to go find a walkthrough for the vast game you're making out of my daily life?
Demi, you're looking at this the wrong way. Generally, people won't get super annoyed at you unless you deliberately and repeatedly provoke them, and it'll be obvious when you're doing that. I promise you that if you bungle a few social encounters, it won't really hurt anything. No cheating needed. Just relax and have fun. You can access your scorecard anytime you like with the Q key, or click on the score in the upper right corner of your screen. And that's everything. Ta-da!
Okay, but how is any of this supposed to help me get a job? I only downloaded this app because my roomie claims you're a great life coach for the unemployed. What good will taking a quiz off of the back of a supermarket checkout rack magazine do with that?
Why, it'll help me understand your spirit, of course.
You can talk to ghosts? Is there a ghost in the room right now? Am I a ghost? You have to tell me if I'm a ghost. That's the rule.
No, silly. I mean your spirit, your hopes and dreams, your life's passions. I can even help you find romance.
Romance? Seriously?
Seriously. Often you can find your soulmate and your dream job in the same place. But if you'd rather focus on gainful employment for now, that's fine too.
Workplace dating, well, that's a recipe for disaster. And hitting on coworkers right from day one can kind of feel awkward. Or am I looking for love and ready to start right out of the gate? Never get a second chance to make a first impression. If I meet the right person, why put it off? How would I want to handle this new opportunity? Okay, whoa.
Ooh.
Sure, I'm open to the possibility if I meet someone nice. Romance with flirty first impressions. Let's stay focused. I'll play it cool on day one at least. Romance with flirty first impressions. Without flirty first, pardon me. I'm not interested in romance, Iris. No romance, just friendship.
Well, definitely not the last one.
Okay. So I feel like romance, if it's definitely not that, then it feels like it definitely has to be romance with flirty first impressions.
Agreed.
Okay. I think I'm mature enough to jungle both at once. Why not?
Super! And remember, the choice is yours. If you're not comfortable with other people, stay professional. Now, let's get started. To finish analyzing your personal history, please authorize me to read your social media feeds and personal information metadata.
Aha! I knew it. This is some kind of scam. I'm going to wake up in a bathtub of ice, missing a kidney.
Sure, I can help you register as an organ donor.
That's a whoa.
Oh, you were being sarcastic. Sorry, I haven't quite finished analyzing your personality. I couldn't tell. Relax. I won't share your information with any third parties. This is strictly so I can find your dream job. Am I authorized?
Another wonderful Juniper recommendation here. Just like the 17 self-help books on my shelf. Still, 18th time's the charm, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Analyzing. Please enjoy this recorded music.
Go from Ipanema goes dancing out.
bet if you just click it, it'll...
Do you think it's... Oh, it is. Okay, my bad.
Ha.
So do I just stand here, or...
Thank you for waiting. I've identified your dream job and arranged an interview 30 minutes from now. Please put on some nice clothes. Nicer than those. Please, I don't think that's too much to ask.
What?
For your interview, silly, you want to look your best.
But we just... How... Okay, how did you land my dream job in 20 seconds flat?
Simple. I'm awesome like that. Now, get a move on. Tut tut. You need to catch the 8:20 a.m. bus, and that's 9 minutes away.
Well, this is happening. But do I have a chance to get off of the runaway train? Nobody says I have to obey my new digital fairy godmother. I could delete the app and go find a real job. That'd be a safest option. I could... I don't know. What are you feeling?
I feel like we should go to the interview.
I agree. A normal person, someone with high standards, would have deleted this app right there rather than hop on a bus to meet up with what is very likely men with sharp knives and a taste for kidneys. But me, I was already getting dressed before she had finished that sentence. It's not that I believed that silly app's claims that serving my hopes and dreams on a silver platter. Honestly, I expected another shoe salesman job at best. But, well, alright. Be worth a laugh at the very least. I chose to trust in the science. What is my dream job anyway? What the hell, let's do this. Like I always say, go with the flow. Aww. I mean, it will be worth a laugh at the very least.
It will be.
Alright, let's do this. Going up on the quirky scale. Nice.
Excuse me.
Okay, this is obviously completely ridiculous. A personality quizzing app is going to solve all my life's problems? Yeah, and I'm a Nigerian prince with $1 million. But I'd satisfy Juniper's whimsy to see this through. And when it crashes and burns, it'll make for an amusing story to tell people. I resolved myself to accept inevitable disappointment, smile in the face of my usual fate, and look for jobs in the paper later tomorrow. And as I came to realize weeks later, the amazing story I'd be telling people wasn't to be one of failure. Dun dun dun.
Ooh, foreboding.
Let's see. The bus drops me off, oddly enough, not very far from Juniper's office building, although my destination isn't nearly as upscale as that. This is, well, it's a strip mall. Strip malls are relics from 19 whatever, places where a random assortment of weird little businesses jam as many of themselves into as tight a space as possible. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist, a used bookstore called The Whole Story, an arcade, a fast food joint, and a boarded up health spa once called Lattes and Enemas, which sounds sounds like a Tuesday.
What do you think?
I think that's two things no human should ever be combining.
No, I mean about your future place of work.
I'm desperately hoping we're not talking about the same thing. Which one of these businesses exactly am I looking at? I don't know anything about oral hygiene or old books, and I'd rather not be a fry cook.
The one in the middle, silly.
Oh my god, I'm realizing I think the penguin in my apartment, I'm taking ownership of this person. I think it's the penguin from Pingy's barbershop.
Ah.
What, behind the arcade?
It is the arcade.
Huh.
Trust me on this. I referenced and cross-referenced and cross-cross-referenced your personality details, personal history, and social media connections. This is your dream job.
I'm sorry. I'm just seeing these signs are so great. I love the Wub Sub. I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's a Subway knockoff that just says Wub Sub.
Wub Sub, yeah. I like the boring clothing store. They're like really dull.
Oh, these are great. So sorry. My dream job? Really?
With 99.97% accuracy, yes.
I should have probably explained my confusion. Arcades are a big business in the entertainment sector. Pro gamers are celebs. 5-star arcades are social hotspots. It's always been popular with the mainstream. But, well, restaurants are popular too, right? And for everybody who opens one hoping to be the next Iron Chef, a dozen more shut down in failure. Arcade competition is fierce. Paydays range from peanuts to gold, and sure, those who make it can secure fame and fortune, but those who don't, well, no wonder Iris sees this as a dream job. Video games weren't always this popular, though. I read an interesting article about it once. Back in the year 1980-something, we narrowly avoided a serious industry crash, which would have left video games as kids' toys fad, like hula hoops. No mainstream acceptance. For instance, one of the factors could have been a terrible game based on a kids' movie about a cute alien visitor who wanted to phone home. If this game was complete poop butts, like poop from a Damn it, guys, you can't. And massively overproduced, it ruined video games for years. You can't just put poop butts in your writing.
And then explain it.
Yeah, so good. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed. That game was delayed until it could be developed properly, and the crash was averted. So this is a false reality where the E.T. game wasn't put out. That's so good.
We love an AU.
I love it. The crisis only exists in theory now. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like for people in the darkest timeline.
Oh no!
Where everything went wrong. Are games considered nerds and outcasts? Are arcades vanishing points of nostalgia? The mind boggles. Whew.
This hurts.
I know. But make no mistake, as popular as they are, the arcade industry is a dodgy, risky prospect for a job. Plenty make a run at it, only to come up short. Considering Iris was tasked with getting me a job I'd enjoy, I could keep for more than a few months, this left me a little confused. I'm just realizing we should save. We should take a second to save. Considering we had a dead... What is auto? Is auto... No, auto scroll. Quick save. Okay, we gotta save there. Sorry. Iris, this isn't me saying no. It's an interesting prospect, but... I mean, are you sure about this? You say you're 99% sure?
.97% sure.
Won't this be like my lifeguard job, though? Satisfying, but short-lived? This arcade doesn't exactly look like a 5-star. It's no Deco's Palace, that's for sure. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't set foot inside an arcade in,
Flashback.
15 years. I remember really enjoying arcades when I was a kid. I wonder why I stopped going to them. Iris, interrupts that thought, eager to show off her homework.
Trust me, when I said I was 99.97% sure, I meant it. That's not some arbitrary number. I'm designed to be a bit silly and whimsical, but my math is deadly serious. My coders made me to be the warm, personable front of a database array that's currently laser targeted on getting you exactly what you need, right here, right now.
And when this place inevitably collapses and I lose my dream job?
What makes you think that's going to happen?
Because it does. It always does. I don't think your database accounts for my family's curse. We've always had to, I don't know, compromise, settle, because things rarely work out. You always have to be ready for the worst. It's why I take things in stride these days.
Does that mean you shouldn't even try?
I open my mouth to protest and then close it. As often as my life tends to crumble out from under me, it's not like she was wrong. I still had to try. But this was a joke, right? I mean, I assumed I was all a joke when I left the house this morning. I figured I'd get a wacky experience, fail miserably, and then get back to my not-so-funny tragic life story by lunchtime. And yet, there was something to this, wasn't there? Something I couldn't quite laugh off so easily. So I opted to push on through these doors and see what waited for me on the other side. Dun dun dun.
Whoosh. An arcade.
The air conditioning hits me like a cool breeze, albeit one smelling of copper and corn chips. Corn, because it's my last name. So it's
Ha.
as it properly, nope. Wow, as it's early in the morning on a weekday, it's not too packed with gamers. Although it's so packed with games, I'd probably have a hard time finding anyone anyway. At once, I'm struck by something odd. I actually recognize most of these games.
Neat.
Considering I haven't walked into an arcade in over a decade, that's probably not great. Lots of vintage stuff here, from like the looks of it, like really old. Although I don't recognize that game with the stage lights and things. Maybe it's karaoke or dancing, like a Japanese import.
Checking. That would be Showtime Stage, a collaboration of Nihana Heavy Industry Concern and Hubris Records in Germany. It's won a lot of awards.
Huh. I recognize most of these. Whoa, is that seriously a Mr. Mopey's Magic Maze? But the one in the middle with the split screens is new to me.
Fist of Discomfort, a hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat-em-up. It's actually not that new. It's been a staple of the esports scene for the last 8 years.
Two genres I was utterly lousy at last time I checked. And over here is an old lady. Sorry, ma'am, I was just talking to myself and had an overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. Thankfully, I don't think she's even registered me calling her old. She looks up from her knitting, seated behind the ticket prize redemption desk, and offers a wrinkly smile.
Am I going to be all of the NPCs, or...
Now's the time I think we should decide that. I don't think so. Let's do a hybrid.
Okay.
I'll be old lady.
You want to be old
yes,
lady?
Of course.
Okay. I feel like this is a you character.
Oh, 100%. Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in Funplex. The what? Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front there? Well, I chose to knock off the first two words from when they got knocked off of the building during the storm of 1980 whatever. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose. So how can I help you, my dear? Funplex? Isn't that when you suplex a clown? A genie in my phone set up a job interview for me. You've been in the business for blank years.
I don't know. Those are all very different.
Those are. I don't know. I think I need help on this one.
If it were me, I would probably go with the basic one. I do like a genie in my phone set up a job interview for me, but I don't know how old lady's gonna take that.
Yeah, I think this one's good, because you're right. We're trying to get a job. The storm of 1980, whatever, it wasn't actually alive. I wasn't actually alive for that, but I heard it was pretty awful. Oh, well, we've endured many a nor'easter around these parts, but it you get used to it. My little arcade stood the test of time and withered all elements. We've actually been around since 1970 whatever, back when the games were in black and white and pinball was all the rage. Oh, how times change. That long. I thought the arcade business was high risk. Not when you hire good people with love in their hearts. Actually, are you here looking for work, perchance? I'm currently classified as job seeking, yes. Oh, thank goodness. I've been hoping someone would reply to the ad I posted on the webs. Please call me Francine, as in Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it? Sorry. That sneeze.
They sneak up on you.
They do. Actually, thinking about it, I suppose we're originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband. Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
Oh.
I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, don't be. He died doing what he loved, having intensely physical relations with me.
I love this game.
It's very good. That's information I needed to know, yes. And you are? Demi Cornell, ma'am. Very well. Shall we retire to the office to conduct your interview? I'd rather on out here. I'd carry on out here, but it's rather noisy, isn't it? Yeah, about that. How do I deal with the constant noise, anyway? Oh, eventually you just start to learn how to filter out all the beeps and boops. It can take weeks to become acclimated, I found, but in the end... Done. She quirks an eyebrow. Well, now, that's faster than others. Not bad. So shall we see what you're made of? This way, please. Yes, penguins. Didn't we joke at some point that I have a very specific weird fetish with penguins?
Yes, I can't remember what game we were playing, though.
I can't remember. I just remember because you recently gave Donna an old penguin, like onesie, and then now I've mentioned all the penguins in this game, and I don't want that to be a trend moving forward. I like penguins, but I don't... Yeah.
Brandon likes penguins.
Francine leads me down the back hallway, past public restrooms, and into a door marked Employees Only. It takes all my restraint not to point out the extraneous apostrophe. Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I'd suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy. He's been so overwhelmed lately. Please have a seat. We'll begin. As quirky as this place and its owner may be, at least I am confident that I can nail the interview portion of the proceedings.
I think that the interview is a good place to start our next episode.
I agree. Next time, there'll be no more penguins.
No, there'll be penguins.
There'll probably be penguins. They've set a precedent. All right, bye.
Goodbye.